Okay, so we're still in book 6.1b, page 9. Okay, so let's look at question 3. No, not question 3. We're going to look at question 5. Okay, so we cut it in half at the equal sign to find our left side and our right side. And we can see we've got x's on the left and the right. So in the beginning, when we start solving equations like this, what we want to do is we always want to put the letter, the variable, on the left side, on one side. And I'm going to choose the left side. You could do the right side, but if we all do it the same, it makes it easier. So we're going to always put the letters on the left, okay? So you can see this one has a letter, so he needs to go to this side. So we need to move him over there. So if I look, there's nothing in front of him, so he's a positive 3x. So what's the opposite of 3x? Positive 3x. The opposite is negative 3x. So what is 3x minus 3x? 0, right? So that gets rid of the 3x, but if I minus 3x here, I have to minus 3x there. So that's 0. And then I have 10x subtract 3x. So 10 subtract 3 equals 7. So I really have 7 x's on this side, and I lose 42 on this side, and negative 42 on that side. Oh, so now I have a best friend. 7 is my best friend, so I have to get rid of him. Divide by 7, divide by 7. That's 1. So 1x equals, they're not the same, so I know it's going to be negative. So negative 42 divided by 7, negative 6. Okay. Let's look at question 6. So I'm going to cut it at the equal sign to make a left and a right. And I want all my letters on the left, my variables on the left. So who's on the wrong side? Who needs to move? This 4 has to move because he has a letter, he has a variable, he has x. I have to move that to the other side. So he is plus 4x, so to get rid of him, I have to do the opposite, minus 4x. So I also have to minus 4x from the left side. So 4x minus 4x is 0. So now I have 7 minus 4 equals 3. So now I have 3x on the left side, and that's gone, so I only have a 36 on this side. And then I say, who's my best friend? 3. Let's get rid of the best friend. So I do 3 over 3. Same to the other side. That's 1. Oops. So 1x equals 36 divided by 3, 12. Okay. Let's try 7. So cut it at the equal sign to make the left and the right. We want all our letters on the left, so our variables need to go on the left. So who is on the wrong side? This guy's on the wrong side because he has a letter, he has a variable. Okay, so there's nothing in front of him, so he's positive. So what's the opposite of positive 11? Negative 11. And don't forget to put the x, because we need to say 11x, negative 11x. So I subtract 11 from the right side, so I also have to do it from the left side. Oops, that's an x, but it looks funny, okay? That's an x. So 11x subtract 11x is 0. So now I have 3 subtract 11. 3 subtract 11. Oops. 3 subtract 11 equals negative 8. Oops, you can't see. Now you still can't see. There, negative 8. So on this side, I have negative 8x equals, that's gone, so I have a 24. So all I'm doing is I'm taking all the letters and moving them to the left. Now I have, who's my best friend? 8. So I have to get rid of my best friend. Oops, wait a minute. That's negative 8. So make sure you do it exactly the same. It has to be negative 8, negative 8. Same, same. So that's 1. So 1x equals, well, they're not the same. This is positive, this is negative, so it's going to be a negative. 24 divided by negative 8. So negative 3. Oops, but I don't have to write the 1. It can hide. Okay, let's look at the next page. Let's do 13, because it looks a little different because there's no numbers in front of the x. What's the only number that gets to hide? 1. So let's put the 1 in front so it looks normal. So we're going to cut it in the middle to make the left side and the right side. Who's on the wrong side? Because I want all my letters on the left, the variables. This one. This has a letter, has a variable, the x, so I'm going to move them to that side. So this is negative 1, so the opposite of negative 1 is plus 1x, and then to the other side I'll go plus 1x. So that's 0, because 1x minus 1x is 0. So here I have 1 plus 1, that's 2x, and I have a 16 here, and this is gone because it's 0. Who's my best friend? 2 or 16? Yeah, 2. So I have to get rid of my 2. That's 1. So I write 1x equals 8. But I don't have to write the 1. There. Let's do 15. So let's cut it at the equal sign, left side, right side. All my letters on the left. So who's on the wrong side? He has a letter, that's good. He doesn't have a letter, that's good. He's got a letter, a variable. Let's move him to the other side. So he's subtract 5x, so what's the opposite of subtract? Plus 5x. But if I add 5x to this side, I have to add 5x to this side. So that's 5 minus 5 is 0. So 5 plus 10 equals 15, so this is 15x equals 60. Who's my best friend, 15 or 60? 15, because he's close to the x. So I have to get rid of the 15, because x wants to be alone. 15 divided by 15 is 1, so that's 1x. And 60 divided by 15 is 4. But we don't have to write the 1. We can just go x equals 4. Oh, there's a 0. Let's do that one, because it looks a little weird. Cut it. Left side, right side. We want all our letters on the left. So who's on the wrong side? Who has a letter that should go on the left? 7. See that letter? That's a variable. Letters and variables are the same thing. Letter is like for English, variable is for math. So this is subtract 7. What's the opposite of subtract 7? Add 7. So if I add 7x to this side, I have to add 7x to that side. So 7x plus 0, 7x. And that's gone, so it's just 35. And then I say, who's my best friend, 7 or 35? 7, because he's touching the x, so I have to get rid of the 7. That's 1. So 1x equals 35 divided by 7 is 5. But let's erase that because we don't need that. Let's do the other side. Okay, let's do 22, because 22 looks different because there's nothing in front of the W. So we cut it at the equal sign, make a left and a right. We want our letters on the left. Okay, the W is on the left, that's good. But does the 16 have a letter, a variable? No, so he's on the wrong side. So I have to move the 16 over onto the other side. So this says plus 16. So we have to do the opposite of plus 16, which is minus 16. So on the other side of the equal sign, I'm going to go minus 16. So here 16 minus 16 is 0. So now I'm left with W equals, 7 minus 16 is negative 9. So that's negative 9. There is no best friend. It's just 1W equals negative 9. So halas, we're done. Okay, let's look at 24. So cut it at the equal sign to make the left and the right. And we say, who's on the wrong side? We want all our letters on the left. L, lam, lam, letters on the left. Well, this one should be on the left here. Okay, so this is positive 5k, so I'm going to go minus 5k. Ooh, I have to put minus 5k on the other side, but should I put him with the 10 or the 3? Well, he has a k, so I should put him with the one that has a k because they are like terms. So I'm going to put this over the 3k because he has a k. So minus 5k. Okay, so this has minus 5k plus 3k. Because they both have k's, it means they're like terms and we can add and subtract them. I can't do the 5k with the 10 because the 10 does not have a k. So if I go minus 5 plus 3, you can't see it, it's minus 2k. So here this is minus 2k minus 10, and 5 minus 5 is 0, so that equals 0. Okay, so I have the letter on the left, but this one does not have a letter, so he should go on the other side. So we need to move this one. So this is minus 10. So what's the opposite of minus 10? Positive 10. So 10 minus 10 is 0. Oops, but whatever I do to this side, I have to do the same to this side. So that's 0. So what do I have left? I lose 2k. And here I have 10 plus 0 is 10. Okay. So now, who's my best friend? 2 or the 10? Yeah, the 2, because he's touching the k, he's next to the k. So I have to get rid of the 2. Oops. Be careful. This is negative 2. So I have to do exactly the same. Make it same. So don't forget, if it's a negative 2, you have to use a negative 2 to make it the same. Because negative 2 over negative 2 is equal to 1. It has to be exactly the same to make 1k. And because these are not the same, I know it's going to be a negative. Let's check. 10 over negative 2, negative 5. But we don't have to have that 1 there. So it's just k equals negative 5.